Hi, welcome back. In this tutorial, I'll guide you through the process of creating an realistic portrait of cricket superstar Virat Kohli. So grab your tools and let's dive in. Before we begin, let's go over the materials that you will need for this project. And here you can see the tools that I am using in this video. Okay, now start by lightly sketching the outlines of Virat Kohli's face using HB pencil. Focus on capturing the main features such as eyes, nose and mouth. Remember, this is just a guideline, so keep it light or easy to erase. Now I am using my 2B graphite powder for shading the background. And with this, the child's play of drawing outlines and adding background is over. And now it is time to start the real game of adding life in the portrait. So now I am beginning by refining the outlines of hair. Then I am using my 4B pencil for drawing base layer. Divide hair into these sections with light curved lines to create perfect base for the future layers. Now grab your 8B pencil and start adding texture to the hair by drawing small overlapping strokes. Virat Kohli's hair is usually thick and has slight wave in it, so make sure to capture that in your drawing. Focus on adding volume to the hair. Use darker lines with 10B pencil to define the edges of each section. This right portion of head is in complete shadow, so use your darker pencil to add pitch black shade in this portion. Now refine the shadows between different sections to create depth. And now for adding shine in the hair, take your sharp pencil eraser and carefully remove graphite where light is hitting on hair. By adding highlights to the certain areas of hair, you can make it look more glossy. So here we have completed this upper portion of hair, and now I am moving to shade out the eye. Grab your 2B pencil to add base layer and leave the light reflecting areas unshaded in the iris, so later we can easily add highlights. After that, take your small brush and soften the base layer by smudging graphite. Now use your 4B pencil to achieve little more darkness. Then finally I am taking my 8B pencil for adding dark shade in the iris. Now for adding highlights, first grab your electric eraser and add bright dots in the iris, and also use your kneadable eraser for adding soft highlights. After that, I am refining the outlines of eye, and here I am using my 4B pencil so that outlines can be visible after applying base layer. Then take your small brush and lightly spread the graphite over the white portion of eyeball. Now use darker pencil to create shadow below eyebrow and blend it properly with your small makeup brush. With this, also refine the shadows on eyelid to create depth and realism. After that, I am adding a base layer of skin shade in the left portion of forehead. And before doing more in the skin, I have to shade out the remaining portion of hair. So in this area, the hair are short and we can see skin between the hair. And for creating this illusion, we have to draw short strokes of hair. Now for doing the same thing in the other side, first add base shade in the remaining portion of forehead, and then draw the same short hair to complete the right part of the head. After that, by using same pencils, shade out the eyebrow, and for that create strokes in the direction and flow of eyebrow hair, and then follow the same thing with darker pencil to define the edges of eyebrow. After that, use your small makeup brush and gently blend the pencil strokes for the softer appearance. Now it is time to add some highlights. So for that, I am taking my pencil eraser and first I am adding thin lines or dots between the hair because light is falling more in this left portion of portrait. Now moving to the forehead, first grab your HB pencil and draw a very light line to create the effect of wrinkles in forehead. And then randomly draw lines and dots with pencil eraser, and also use your kneadable eraser for creating perfect illusion of skin details. Then take your blending stump and smudge the graphite between lines and dots. This thing will create the effect of light shadow between the skin pores. Now again take your sharp pencil eraser to draw thin lines on the eyebrows to create shiny hair. After that, I am moving to shade out the left part of the face, and as I said earlier, there is more light falling in the left side of the face. Therefore, we have to shade it according to the shine of the face. So first add light shade with HB graphite powder and then add contrast by adding shadows in the required areas. With this, also shade out the blurry beard of the same side. Now take your pencil eraser to remove extra graphite powder from the sides. And after that, use your electric eraser to add bright dots. This thing will help to enhance the shine and brightness, and also provides a realistic look to the portrait. Now let's discuss the process of shading eye in the detail. So first of all, take your 4B pencil and start shading the iris by using small circular motions. And remember to leave some highlights for light reflections. Use a reference photo to observe the light and dark areas of the iris. Next, darken the pupil with 8B or 10B pencil. This will make eye look more realistic or give it depth. And be careful not to smudge the surrounding areas. Let's shade the sclera, which is a white part of the eye. Use your brush which have some graphite and add light shade, as sclera is not completely white. Pay attention to the shadows cast by eyelid. Now before adding details in eyelid, I am going to shade out the eyebrows so I can get idea to add proper darkness in the eyelid. So start by refining the direction of eyebrow hair with 2B pencil, and then follow the same thing with 4B pencil to add contrast. Then grab your 8B or 10B pencil to add shadows in the edges of eyebrow. Now add shading to the eyelid by using graphite powder, and use your darker pencil to draw shadows or wrinkles in the eyelid. Use pencil eraser to lift off highlights. Create thin lines on eyebrow and draw small dots on eyelid to enhance the realism of eye. Now coming on to the lower eyelid, add shading by HB or 2B graphite powder according to the light and shadows. And add lines by HB pencil to create wrinkles. Use pencil eraser to lift graphite around the wrinkles. By following these steps, a beautifully shaded eye is ready. After that, begin shading the cheek and nose with HB graphite powder. Use light circular motion to create base layer. Gradually build up the shadows with 2B graphite powder. Focus on the areas where shadows are deeper. Use soft brush to smooth out the shading and create soft transition between light and shadow. To add skin texture, use sharp pencil eraser to create small irregular marks to mimic the pores and fine lines of skin. Use blending stump to smudge the graphite around the dots and lines. Use some pressure on blending stump where you need more shadow between the skin pores. Now moving to the nose, use your 4B pencil to shade nostrils and lightly smudge with small brush. Add all the necessary details like lines or skin pores. Use pencil or kneaded eraser to refine highlights and enhance the three-dimensional look of nose and cheek. Now coming on to the ear, this ear is little blurry or have light shade. So for creating this effect, add light base shade over the ear and add some shadows with 2B pencil. Then use your kneaded eraser to lift some extra graphite to create highlights. Pay attention to the direction and flow of hair. The hair should follow the natural contours of the face. Now switch to 4B pencil to start adding darker tones. Concentrate on areas where hair are denser. Use short and quick strokes to mimic the texture of hair. Now blend this layer with makeup brush, and after that use your 10B pencil for the darkest areas. Vary the pressure to create different shades and texture. Use an eraser to lift graphite and create highlights. This can give the hair a shiny or realistic appearance. Mono zero eraser or pencil eraser is excellent for this step. Now before completing shading in beard, shade out the lower lip. So for that, add a light base layer or also adjust the shadows around the lips. Then grab your HB pencil to create vertical lines on the lip, and use pencil eraser to add highlights in the lower lip. Creating proper highlights or shadows is key to achieve realistic artwork. After that, complete the shading on beard by following same steps. And then take your electric eraser to create effect of shiny hair. Now shade out the neck with graphite powder and use darker pencil where the shadows are more darker. Use all your tools one by one to achieve realism. Then add a very light shade in the white shirt of Virat Kohli. And with this, the realistic portrait of cricket superstar is ready. So guys, if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for watching more art videos.